Hello and welcome to the Invicti Enterprise Application Security demo. In this demo, you will see firsthand how you can leverage our best-in-DAST solutions for coverage, accuracy, and automation within your AppSec program. Whether you are shifting right or left in your AppSec strategy, Invicti will deliver application security with zero noise. The first thing you see when you log into the solution is our main dashboard. This is going to be a really high-level overview of your entire risk posture. So what you'll see here is going to be some trends of certain severities over time, all the different issues that have been found in your system, as well as some really valuable information like average time to fix issues, all your fixed issues, and also a high-level overview of our technologies dashboard. On the right-hand side, you'll see some scheduled scans, recent scans that have just occurred, and even the latest issues on your to-do list. At the top, you'll see how many users you have in the tool, how many websites you have, all the completed scans, and the active issues. But one of the most valuable aspects of this main dashboard is that it is completely filterable. And what I mean by that is that we allow you to create as many different groups as you want. For instance, many customers have created groups to logically separate all of their app teams. This gives them the ability to monitor how each team is performing. While most organizations know they need to secure their entire web app perimeter, they don't fully understand their entire attack surface. And that's why we offer discovery. Right when you log into the solution, we will start to populate websites based on the second level domain of your email. We do this by finding everything from SSL results to domain registry, looking at certificate transparency, all the public data, IP data, and internet scan data, and then we'll passively discover all your assets you have. It is great to note that this is a continuous process. Every time back into the solution, you very well may see new domains that may have been spun up. You can also come into our settings and help the discovery tool match. By matching, we will take second level domains, organization names, IP addresses, IP ranges, even IP's insider notation to help discover all your assets. Once you know what's within your perimeter, you need to easily identify the vulnerabilities that are most critical so you can prioritize them. So let's take a look at the results we will find. When we look at this main report page, you'll see a high-level overview at the top. You'll see this scan summary where you can see how many critical, high, medium, and low vulnerabilities you have in your application. You'll see the worst that can happen and also some secondary impacts that could happen based on the vulnerabilities that were found. Now, all the information you will be seeing next can be exported into multiple different reports. Many customers say we have the best reporting capabilities for an automated tool. In the report dropdown, you have a detailed scan report. This is going to show you all the information on this page. You also have an executive summary report, which is just a high-level overview. You have compliance reports like 2021 OWASP Top 10, both for web apps and APIs. And these compliance reports will bucket all the vulnerabilities into its specific category. And then you have WAF rule exports. This feature can provide an extra level of security until your developers actually fix the vulnerabilities. Now, all these reports can be exported into multiple different formats. So the detailed scan report can be exported into PDF or HTML, and your WAF rules can be exported in XML or text files. One key feature I'll go over in this technical report is that we show proof of exploit along with the vulnerability details. Often, our customers come to Invicti after using other DAST tools that have too many false positives. In fact, the large number of false positives from previous DAST tools prevents customers from scaling their application security program. Not only do they waste time validating results only to find out that they were inaccurate, but the lack of accuracy created tension between security and development teams. This is exactly the type of problem the Invicti platform was designed to solve. We automatically confirm all the direct vulnerabilities such as SQL injections, cross-site scripting, command injections to make sure that we provide accurate, reliable results to our customers. The really detailed information is going to be down in this technical report. Let's take a look first at this command injection. You'll see that we have this confirmed watermark and this confirmed tag. This is a confirmation engine in our proof-based scanning that can help confirm vulnerabilities. So you have no hesitation that this vulnerability could be a false positive. One of the things you'll see with this confirmation engine is that you can look into the request and response. So you'll see the request that we sent out and the response that we got back. And one helpful tool is this go to highlighted output. This will bring me right to the output in the response that we're able to confirm that this vulnerability is true. Now, looking at this issue, you'll see our proof of exploit. This is one way that we go one step further than confirming a vulnerability. For this example, after injecting this payload in this attack parameter, we will spin up a shell command prompt and try to exploit and pull back information such as the task list, OS version, and whoami results. Now, this is going to provide you information that you can give to your developers to show that this is 100% a vulnerability without confusion. Now, coming down this list, you'll see vulnerability details, your attack parameters, some actions to take, and even the required skill it takes to actually successfully exploit this vulnerability. You also get some remedies, classifications, and even CVSS scores and strings. Next, let's take a look at this code evaluation vulnerability. As you see, it has IAST next to it and has this detected by shark tagged. This is an indication that our true IAST shark sensor was able to find this vulnerability. The information you will see looks very similar to the one before, only this time we give you the IAST information. This includes the source file and line of code. It is good to note that if your application is in Java or .NET, where the code compiled will be on line 0, we will provide the stack trace. As you can see with this detailed IAST information, a developer will know exactly where to go to fix this vulnerability. Another finding I want to go over is an SCA vulnerability. As you can see, I have 4 out-of-date components. If we click into this PHP mailer finding, you'll see the package name along with the version number. So as I have shown, you can see these SCA and IAST vulnerabilities alongside your typical DAST findings, making it the best report in DAST. The Invicti platform not only gives you best-in-class accuracy and results, but it also offers a host of features that make it easy to weave into the SDLC and support the core DevSecOps value of collaboration between teams. This includes common CI/CD toolchains and issue tracking systems. Looking at this integrations page, you can see we integrate out of the box with issue tracking systems, project management systems, continuous integration systems, communication tools, privileged access management systems, and vulnerability management tools. We also have a fully documented Swagger-based API you can utilize. One unique aspect of our issue tracking integrations is that we allow for bilateral communication. For instance, if a customer is using Jira, not only can they send vulnerabilities to a specific project, but when a developer fixes the issue and marks the issue in Jira as done, we have a webhook that will automatically retest that specific issue. If the issue is indeed fixed, we will close the issue in our system. However, if it is found again, we will reopen that exact same ticket within Jira, making sure there's a full history and documentation of that vulnerability. When it comes to testing in your pipeline, our CI/CD integrations allow you to push scans as the websites are being built. For instance, within Jenkins, you have the ability to create a build step or a pipeline script to kick off a scan. Now, the best scan type to run for a new build is our incremental scan, which allows you to generate a scan which will only look and scan for changes or new additions to your application. You can also choose to fail a build based on certain severities or even based on the confirmed vulnerabilities from our proof-based scanning. As you can see, using these integrations, organizations give their developers the ability to run DAST scans without changing their normal workflow. Next, let's take a look at how a typical user would kick off a scan from within the Invicti platform. Let's navigate to this new scan button and select a target. From here, we will be able to fill out our scan profile. Now, your scan profile is going to consist of all these scan settings. Let's start with the scan policy. After entering the target URL, the user chooses a scan policy. Now, this scan policy is truly the back end of the scanner, where you can provide information to evaluate complex workflows and complex client applications. Next, the report policy will allow you to change the severities of vulnerabilities and edit the vulnerability information you saw in our technical report. The next area of scan settings I would like to talk about is the scope. This allows you to train the scanner of what parts of your application you need to scan. Coming down the list, you'll see our additional websites. A lot of applications have an API on the back end feeding the main application information, and because of this, we will allow you to scan the target website and the additional websites together during the same scan. To help crawl your applications, one of the most important features that we have is going to be allowing you to import various definition files. You can upload burp files, fiddler sessions, and even har files. We also have the ability to import API definition files. You have your Postman collections, your OpenAPI Swagger files, GraphQL, and even Waddle and WSDL files. Now, what this allows you to do is select, say, a Swagger file, and that will parse through and understand all the endpoints, so we can properly crawl your APIs that don't necessarily have a UI to them. We will also generate the methods, whether it's a post or a get or even an option. The next feature you can see is our Business Logic Recorder, or BLR. The BLR allows customers to effectively test particular scenarios which would otherwise make it impossible for a scanner to reach all areas of a web application. Next, a really great feature within the Invicti platform is that customers can create a PCI scan and get an attestation report for free. Invicti has an integration with a PCI vendor, and these scans are done by them through our UI. Next, let's talk about Invicti Shark. With Invicti Shark, you can run IAST and SCA in your web application in order to confirm more vulnerabilities and further minimize false positives. Invicti's IAST and SCA both work with our DAST engine so that our users get the most comprehensive coverage of the applications they scan. For Invicti Shark to operate, you need to download an agent and deploy it on your web server. The Shark agent is language specific, allowing you to install with PHP, .NET, Java, and Node.js applications. Once customers have completed their scan settings, they can choose to use our authentication feature. As I mentioned earlier, automation is a key design principle at Invicti, and one that allows our customers to easily run hundreds of authenticated scans. As you can see, we support form, basic and NTLM, header, client certificates, and OAuth 2 with multiple flow types. The most used authentication we see today is your form authentication. Now, we handle your form authentication in multiple ways. It's as easy as putting in your login form URL, putting in your username and password, and verifying the login and logout process. This process confirms that the Invicti platform is able to authenticate using the configuration information provided and to detect the difference between a logged in and logged out session. Verifying the logout detection pattern is crucial because the Invicti platform will try to detect this pattern during the scan. When this pattern is matched, it will try to re-authenticate automatically to the website before proceeding with any other crawling or attacking requests, ensuring the password protected section is completely scanned. One other thing to note is that if you do have a very complex login situation, you can come into our custom script editor. This allows you to generate the CSS of specific input fields and buttons, creating a custom JavaScript for you. You can then test your script and make sure that we are logging in successfully. This really comes in handy for multi-page logins and any other really complex situations. We hope you found this demo helpful. The next stop on your AppSec journey is to schedule an in-depth demo discussion with one of our experts. They will help answer questions and guide you to the best approach to make you and your team successful. Invicti, application security with zero noise.